what is power? By definition, power is the ability to cause or prevent an action. And then personal power would be the ability to cause or prevent an action in your own life. And so personal power is really your ability to make something happen, to say it in more, simplistic terms. Your ability to cause something to happen. It may also be your ability to stop or to prevent something from happening. And thus you are powerless when you're only powerless when you cannot act. You're only ever powerless when there's absolutely nothing that you can do. And you'll see it's actually very rare that you're ever in the place where there's not anything that you can do. People who display great personal power, in my research and in my own life experiences, I've found these key mindsets are part of every person I've ever witnessed who displays great personal power. And first and foremost, people who display great personal power have a very high degree of personal integrity. They simply do what they say they're going to do. And though that may sound on the surface, pretty simplistic, just look back over the last 24 hours of your life, and then go back over the last 3 days, take the last week, even into the last 30 days, and just explore how often you've given your word to do something, either to yourself or you gave your word or made an agreement with someone else, and how often do you keep it? How often did you keep the agreement? And when were those times when you did not? Now, for some people, those who display less personal power, there are degrees of their word, meaning, well, it depends on what I gave my word to, or even who I gave my word to. And oftentimes, those people closest to us sometimes get the worst of us. They get the justifications of, well, they know how I am, or they'll understand. And what I found with those who display great personal power is that they are adamant about keeping their word and doing what they say they're going to do. In my view, integrity is really about that. It's not what you do when everyone's watching, but more, what are you doing when you think no one sees? And so what you'll find is that your confidence will grow. Your confidence will continue to expand in direct relationship to the way in which you keep your word, and especially when you give your word to yourself. Sometimes we find that giving our word to other people, man, we bend over backwards to make sure that it happens. We go the extra mile so that we look good in their eyes, or we're able to protect our image. And then when it comes to ourselves, there are times when we make it a little bit easier to let ourselves off the hook. But what I've found is consistent in those who display great personal power is that they have a very high degree of personal integrity. They do what they say they're going to do. They keep their word, especially to themselves. They make keeping the word to themselves a higher priority even than keeping their word to other people.